Thanks for joining us. But actually what I'd like to do is talk a little bit more about the importance of academic and international exchanges. All of you who raised your hand, how many of you traveled overseas on tourism, and how many of those were traveling because they went on a private or government-sponsored exchange program? Oh, good. Well, you know, it's Washington, so you guys are a leg ahead, so that's good. But what I'd like to do is spend a little bit of time talking about those opportunities and how what our Bureau does, the Bureau of Education and Cultural Affairs, does to support international academic exchange, but also in the areas we do that and the specific programs in which we do that, but also to give a really impassioned plea for study abroad. It is an unbelievable opportunity. Those of you who have done it are better spokespersons than we are at the State Department for our own programs or for study abroad. But those who have gone, traveled overseas know how wonderful it is and how, frankly, even as a tourist, it can be a life-changing experience, all because you first did what the consular officer told you to do, right? Let me put a lot of what we do in a bigger context, though. Those of you who have been doing your good homework in your national security and foreign policy classes have probably already read tons of speeches by Secretary Clinton and also President Obama. And if you go in there and you listen, you hear and read the speeches, you can see that they are passionate about the importance of exchange programs. Secretary Clinton, in her first trip she made overseas when she went to Indonesia, talked about the importance of exchange programs. President Obama, on numerous occasions, both when he went to Turkey, but also when he talked about, when he spoke in Cairo to the Muslim world, he talked about the importance of exchange programs. And why is that? There are a number of reasons. One is because for us it is an incredible opportunity to build mutual understanding between our country and countries around the world. It is an opportunity for us and for others to visit, to study abroad, and to get into a situation where you have an incredible opportunity to experience somebody else's culture, somebody else's language, and to spend some time. It's one thing to watch a movie, it's one thing to talk about somebody, but the opportunity to live abroad for extended periods, to study abroad, is an opportunity to really share not only who you are as an American, but also to understand better somebody else's society and somebody else's culture. Our mission in the Bureau of Education and Cultural Affairs is really to support mutual understanding. And we do this through a whole host of exchange programs. We send students, we send educators, we send athletes, we send cultural experts, we send undergraduates, graduate students, postgraduate students, and yes, even high school students. At 14, we draw the line. We'll let the parents take their 8-year-olds overseas, but basically, we think that it is an incredible way to experience the world. We have, through our programs, whether they are academic, cultural, sports programs, have already 1 million alumni overseas. We have more than 440 Nobel laureates. We have more than 300 current and former heads of state and government. So what I am saying is, if you find yourselves on a U.S. government-sponsored exchange program, I don't know if you'll be President of the United States, but there's a pretty good chance that you've been picked because of your leadership skills, because of your knowledge, and because of your belief that this is an important part of reaching out and sustaining a dialogue with the rest of the world. Let me talk about our signature flagship program, the Fulbright program. Are all of you undergraduates or graduate students? How about undergraduates, just graduate students? Well, the Fulbright program is probably most relevant to the graduate students and postgraduate students, but it is an opportunity for those of you to study abroad for extended periods, for about a year or longer. There are shorter term programs, but it really allows you to spend some time in academic study overseas. It's also a wonderful program. There's a little known secret in it. It's called the English Teaching Assistant Program. Those of you who are wondering what you want to do between undergraduate and graduate school, if you have finished your undergraduate and you feel like being adventuresome and using your English skills, you don't have to be a teacher, but there is an English Teaching Assistant Program where you can spend time in the strange places in the world, becoming an assistant to teachers, helping in high schools, secondary schools, and at universities to assist the English language teachers. And the interesting thing when you think about it, we bring many foreign students here, and the one thing that the skill that they have to really work hard on is their English language skills. So for those of you who go out there, I can assure you that you are doing not only the great American community service, but you're really providing a real resource in some very out-of-the-way places in like Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, not so much Taiwan, but Paraguay, Bolivia, other places where they really do need help in hearing native English speakers. The Fulbright program was started in 1946 and really by Senator Fulbright, and his piece of legislation is the foundation for all of the things that we do. And we have over 7,500 Fulbrighters every year. They go to over 155 countries, and we have nearly 300,000 alumni. I want to talk also about another very important component of our exchange programs, and that is the study of critical languages. Over the last 6 or 7 years, it was clear to us that there were certain languages that we have not been focusing on that we need to help Americans be much more conversant in these languages because they are important languages for economic opportunities, for global engagement, and also, if those of you who are interested in employment in the United States government, they're also important languages. And not surprisingly, they are Chinese, Arabic, Farsi, Russian, Korean. We're introducing Bahasa, Japanese, and I'm sure there's one more that I've left out. But our critical language programs, if you are part of either supported by the Gilman program, or if you're a recipient of a Gilman scholarship, you can have additional funds for language enhancement. And likewise, the Fulbright program allows you to go overseas and spend time in your study to learn critical languages. It's a much more, it's a much bigger program that involves the Defense Department and the Department of Education and provides language acquisition from basically K through 16. But the part that we do, which encourages the study abroad, is the critical language component of the Fulbright program. We are also doing an important component to our exchanges and a study abroad is using what many of you do practically in your sleep, which is looking at using the internet to stay engaged. This is something that for quite a while, I would say your government has a little bit been tentative in engaging in YouTube, Facebook, social networking. But our Bureau started up the first social networking site as an opportunity to engage on the internet in mutual understanding and exchange programs. It is by no means a substitute for actually going and studying overseas and having a face-to-face dialogue. As Edward R. Murrow always said, it's the last 3 feet that counts, and that's the most important. But it allows us to continue the dialogue. It allows us to bring new members. We have over 14,000 members right now. We launched the Exchanges Connect site last year through a video contest. And what I'm going to do right now, before I stop and take questions, is give you a sneak preview of the second annual video contest, that if you win, you will get an all-expense paid 2-week exchange program, study abroad, sponsored by the Bureau of Education and Cultural Affairs. This year's contest theme is Change Your Climate, Change Our World. And the use of the term climate doesn't necessarily mean just the rain, the sun, the stars, the weather. It is also, we're asking people to do a 2-minute video about how you could change your climate. And you're all creative enough to figure out the definition of climate and how you can do that in a video. But we encourage you to participate in it. We're going to officially launch it on November 17th. 17th, which is the second day of International Education Week, and I'm going to allow you to have a little bit of an advance notice by showing you the clip. We have basically 4 winners. 1 American between the ages of 14 and 18, and then we have a winner who is over the age of 18, and then an international participant also within those 2 age cohorts. So let me see, are we ready to launch it? Great. These video contests have been extremely successful. If you go on our website, you'll see the 4 winners from last year. And the American high school student went to China for 2 weeks. Turns out that the over 18 U.S. winner is a Fulbrighter, was a Fulbright. We didn't know that. And he is in, where was he, Chile?
Argentina.
Argentina. And he's going on to South Africa. We had a high school student from Brazil who came to work on his own movie in a camp in New York. And we then had an Indian film student who came also to do some work here as an adult. So they're pretty exciting programs. So your challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to give us a 2-minute video. And here it is.
Enter the second annual Exchanges Connect video contest for a chance to win an international exchange program. This year's theme is Change Your Climate, Change Our World. While most people associate climate with weather, you can also think beyond weather to the people, places, and conditions that affect your daily life. Tell us in a video, no longer than 2 minutes, about what you do or what someone you know is doing to make your community a better place that in the process contributes to a healthier, safer, cleaner, and more peaceful world for all of us. How do you change your climate? Create and upload your video to Exchanges Connect at connect.state.gov between November 17, 2009 and January 12, 2010, and enter to win an all-expense-paid international exchange program. Videos will be judged on originality, creativity, effectiveness, and production quality. A panel of judges will rank the Exchanges Connect online community's top 40 favorite videos. Winners will be announced March 2nd, 2010. Last year's winners from India, Brazil, and the United States experienced life-changing cross-cultural exchange programs in countries around the world. Enter this year's Exchanges Connect video contest for your chance to win an international exchange experience. Change your climate, change our world. Tell us what you do.